Welcome back to Top Dream Hanger. This is Michael coming at you with another video. This time I'm going to talk to you about my 2018 top 10 Transformers. Now, I really wasn't wanting to do this because a lot of the stuff I got was over the year 2018 was older. Not really sure what year it came out. Maybe it came out in 17, 16, some 14, whatever. But I'm just going to go ahead and do this as a catch-up year because I haven't been doing these. And starting next year, I will just talk about stuff that came out the year before. But the reason I was hesitant to do this is like, hey, there's all these lists, and I see people talk about what just came out, and then I got to realizing that a lot of my friends and the collectors that I know are doing the same thing I'm doing, passed on something in 2017, and let's just wait for a re-release, and it's coming out, and they're all excited about it. So let's get right into this. Now I'm going to start with a few honorable mentions. This is a KO version of MP10, and I've sold off all my loose official MP10s, and I just couldn't resist this thing. It's just so shiny. I did a video on them. I just couldn't pass the shininess. It's just amazing. I love this kind of stuff. I had the gold one. I've had all these different ones, but this one, I like it the most. And you'll also see this in my all my Prime videos. My MP44 is coming up in August. My Magic Square. My Transform Element. And I'm passing on the Zeta Optimus Prime. But anyway. Wreck-Ar is another honorable mention. Just going to get these out of the way first. KFC's Crash Hog. I was actually impressed with the solidness of this figure, the look, the aesthetic, and everything of him. And then I've already done a video on this guy too, but Phaseways Hydra. I'm actually got a comparison coming here in a couple of weeks with Hanzo. But those are my honorable mentions. Let's get into number 10. So my number 10 is the X-Transbots Clad 2. This guy is really a solid representation of the character. Not a huge fan of the character, but for some reason I found myself obsessed with wanting to get all three of these, and they're all good options. You can't go wrong with any of them, but X-Transbots obviously one, and of course I'm an X-Transbots fan. This one here is the MMC's version, and then over here we have Toy World Spacer. But in the end, my number 10 slot goes to X-Transbots Clad 2. Alright, my number 2 slot's going to go to the Weijing KO Oversize Ironhide. And the reason is simply because they fixed all of the problems that I have with this figure. Well, most of them. I still think he's a little awkward in a way, but he is a vast improvement off the original. And yes, I like these KO Oversize. I'm a big fan of the 12-inch. But side skirts are hidden back here. And they fixed his stomach, like this stomach issue that, like, if you can see, doesn't make any sense. It looks a whole lot better. Just tucked in that. So, it's number 9. And our number 8 pick would be my Gigapower Sludge. And it's the only Gigapower figure I have. And I really picked him up simply because I just haven't filled out the Dinobots yet. It's just so big, they take up so much space, and well, this guy's even bigger, it takes up even more space, but I'm really glad I got him. I like him. I think he is really a good option, and just cleans up really well for such a big bot, and a whole really solid figure. I'm just impressed with this company, and I'd be in on a whole set if it wasn't like $1,200. My number 7 pick for 2018 is, well, I've got the X-Transbots Trailbreaker here. I think they call him Ages. He's getting old, his Ages. He has a couple issues with his shoulders, this, that, and other, but he nails the aesthetic. He's a solid figure. I had no trouble transforming him to robot. I might have trouble putting him back into truck mode because there's a lot of little fiddly panels and stuff, but this guy here was definitely... I was impressed with them, and I screwed up and got MMC's version of Hoist. I should have gotten X-Transbots. They nailed that one too, so that might have been mixed in this too if I got it. But number 7 is X-Transbots Aegis. So number 6 is going to be my Sea Spray option here, and I'm going to Toy World on this one. Oddly enough, I like the size, the scale, the aesthetic. He actually almost completely nails the cartoon aesthetic. He hits the sunbow. His guns they transform into the guns look terrible, but they transform and store away. This is the Fans Toys. The Fans Toys looks better. It's a better looking option, but I just really wanted to show you side by side so you could say, oh yeah, definitely Toy World is more screen accurate. Fans Toys took their own approach to this, and then of course you've got the first ever, the Gigapower, which well, he's not very great, but anyway, there's my number 6 option there. My number 5 option is MP36, and with all his fun little upgrades, if you can see the light in his eyes, the whites of his eyes, and I've done a video on how I upgraded some of these guys, and this is actually the Toy House Factory version, not the official, but I mean it stands on its own there. MP36 is amazing, and I've got the MP44 coming in, and they'll look good together, standing side by side, and it's just a phenomenal figure. And got me over, one of my biggest issues was I wasn't going to spend $220 on the original, wait for the KO, and I'm sorry, but I've got to get MP44 when it comes out and have it, because this thing is just that great. Number 4 is MP39 Sunstreaker, and another figure that's just amazing. I mean, obviously all of the Takara figures are just going to blow you out of the water these days. I think that could have done something about this flap or the hood or whatever, but we could have fixed that flap. I'm sure there's a way. Maybe a KO is going to fix that, but he looks amazing. I'm just stunned. The price point's not great, but anyhow, I like him. I'm looking forward to all the releases. Let's see what the Hound looks like when it comes out, but yeah, if it's anything like this, I'm going to be excited. Number 3, Make Toys Meteor, and yeah, I got this guy on the re-release. This is one of the ones that probably could have hit last year's list if I made a list last year. I didn't make a list last year, so. But this guy has hollow wings. I hate saying something's on my top 10 list and then it's got problems, but the hollow wings I don't care about, really. I'm not going to spend $10 because I can get the fillers for $10. I'm not going to spend $10 to get the fillers because I just don't care that much. This guy looks amazing. I would really want to do all my Seekers in this, but the expense, man, it's not worth trading up to me. I'm okay with just having Starscream look super shiny and amazing, and maybe I'll swap out later. But number 3 is the Make Toys Meteor. Don't make a mistake and get the other weird looking Meteor. Some people like that one, but I don't. My number 2 favorite figure is DX9's Gabriel, and I'm sorry, but I'm not going to move all this out of my display to get to it, so I'm just going to show you a little bit of footage of him with this nice selfie stick, I guess is what you would call what I'm doing right now. But DX9's Gabriel looks awesome, looks menacing. In fact, I did a video before these even were released, just based on pictures, and I don't think I let it show through, but deep down I knew Gabriel's the one I wanted. And yeah, it was $100 cheaper than Fans Toys. He's actually slightly bigger. I like the way his legs look better. There's just a handful of things. I do like the finish on the Fans Toys a little bit better than this one. And I'm also excited about what Hasbro does. And if I can get a Ouija one for like $100, I'd do it too. But anyway, yeah, he's holding the KO MB36 there. A lot of fun. But yeah, this guy is DX9 Gabriel, and he is my number 2. Now, my number 1 figure this year is DACA Toys' first attempt, Kronos. Ha! Just joking. Now, my real number 1 is Fans Toys' Quietus. Fans Toys' Quietus. Finish is amazing. Feels solid. I just like the way he looks. The X-Transbots one is just a really, really close second to this guy. But I would have liked a little bit deeper purple that mirrored the X-Transbots. I think they got the color right on X-Transbots better than this one. But the finish is just top notch and above and beyond. And you know, this guy, I actually was giving him some crap in the video that I made about him because he does copy some engineering from X-Transbots, and no, there's more than one way to transform this guy. You shouldn't be 80% the same as your competitors over there. You can come up with your own transformation 2 years later. But anyhow, there's a lot of people talking about the way the head works and the tip is kind of a way that they would like to see a transformation. But getting out of that, this guy does look great. He looks fantastic. He's my number 1. Also kind of like the figure and all that stuff. So stay tuned to more videos coming out. Looking at doing a what's coming up video, like what I'm looking forward to for the year 2019, and doing a whole lot of other little side projects, and I've got a whole lot planned. Just got to get all the parts together so I can do them. Titanium hanger, out.